Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be looking at the WZ113GFT, the Chinese Tier 10 tank destroyer. Now, honestly, guys, play this tank. You might enjoy it. I really enjoy the tank, and it's never ever been a popular tank. In fact, it's one of the least played Tier 10 tanks in the game, and it has been ever since it was released. Even when the line was first released, usually you have a massive spike where everybody is playing that tier 10, but this never really had that spike. Everyone just kind of looked at this tank as a cheap, worse Object 268. In fact, I think this is probably better than the Object 268. Honestly, I love this tank. I think it's fantastic, and we're going to see an amazing battle from one of my good friends in the tank. But let's have a look at the stats. Let's have a look at why, and also talk about why people don't want to play it. So your armor, 247 on your hull, which I don't think is too bad. Obviously, yes, you can be penetrated, but you know, if you angle, you may be able to get some bounces, or you're going to have to force people to shoot APCR or their heats to be able to penetrate you, which is fine. Yes, they're going to penetrate you, but they will do less damage. Your sides as well, I mean, 120 mil, yeah, you're not going to bounce too many from the sides or the rear. Now you've got 2,906 DPM, which, yeah, it's on the lower side, but we are actually running the rammer to get that DPM, because personally I don't feel it needs to run calibrated shells, because I think the penetration is high enough as it is. So 13.42 seconds on your reload, and again, your penetration is 278 on your AP and 365 on your heat. And of course, if you do want to run it with calibrated shells, you can get 412 heat pen and 300 AP pen. So, you know, personally, I do run it with the rammer because I prefer the reload. But, you know, if you want over 400 pen, which is one of the highest in the game, then yeah, run it with calibrated shells. It is totally up to you what you want to run it is. There's no right or wrong, really. So you've got a 650 alpha gun on your AP, 550 on your heat, and 960 on your HE. So of course, with any big gun like this, if you can get that HE out, you need to do so, because I mean, if 960, you can do a lot of damage. Your aim time is 3.2, which I don't think is too bad, and your gun dispersion is 0.349, which isn't the worst, not the greatest, but you do only have 6 degrees of gun depression. Top speed is 42 kilometers per hour as well, so it's not like a slow tank either. So we're going to get into a game done by Send Me a Platoon, otherwise known as a Yoda, an old clanmate of mine in the GNA clan. Now, this game, you know, yeah, I suppose you can say he does get lucky, but he plays it brilliantly, and it showcases just how strong this tank can actually be. Like, at the end, it's like he's no chance of winning this. There's like a 1% chance of winning the game, and he still manages to pull it off. So people just need to give this tank a chance, and that's the biggest thing. Like, a lot of people are not playing it, but they're not giving the tank a chance. Like, a lot of people used to play the Object 268, not so much now, and they just prefer the Object 268 over this tank, where, to be honest, I probably prefer this over the Object 268, and I have done for a very long time. You could do pretty much the same kind of stuff with the Object 268, and I suppose it's probably quicker. The armor profile is roughly the same, I suppose. You can't rely on the armor, but you can get some troll bounces, and that goes for both of these tanks. But I don't know what it is, you know, I don't know what it is about the tank that I really love. Again, the penetration is great, the alpha's great, the speed's not too bad, and again, the Object 268 is probably a little bit quicker, but it's just one of those tanks that I've got no reason really to love so much, but I do love it, and I always have. And you can go back to all my reviews on the tank, and I always say, like, no one is playing the tank, and they should be, because it is a great tank. All you need to do is give it a chance. So far, 600 damage. I think he's done a little bit more than that, because he got a blind shot on the Jag Tiger, and it's already only a 4 versus 7. So it's not looking good for the green team. The Type 71 is pretty much just about to die. And even at this point, you're thinking, you know what, they're rushing. This is not going to be good for the green team. Now, the T-54 is flanking around, which may help a little bit, but right now it's a 3 versus 7. So they need to do something special, and they need to do something special very, very quickly. While our guy here, Yoda, he's just farming up a little bit of damage, hasn't been shot yet, 2,000 damage now, and as you can see, the T-54 has flanked all the way around, which has helped the team because it's taken the attention for some of these tanks, which is the E100 and, of course, the Jagdtiger back there. So the E100 is now a one-shot. It's a 3 versus 6. Yoda doesn't want to take out the E100 at this point because he's got a big gun. I'm thinking at this point he's like, okay, you know what? The T-54 is going to get rid of him, but then no, he's not. So the Yo is now dead. It's a 2 versus 5, and yeah, there's a lot of work still to do. And as you can see, you can get bounces, which he has just done. So that is now 3,400 damage. No idea how the Jagdtiger managed to kill himself, but you know, that definitely helps the green team. And already it's now a 2 versus 3. However, the T-54 is now dead, and even at this point you're like, you know what, there's no chance. The Panzer is coming around. The Yo there, no idea what he's doing. Is he going to get a bounce? Is he going to try and get away? And he definitely got away with that. The Panzer should and could have easily got that shot into him. Now the Object 268 drops down. He does take a shot here from the Yo, but he does also get another block damage. So that's now 1,200 hit points. The Jagdtiger does get penned, and I mean, look at this situation right now. He is a one-shot to each of these tanks. The Jagdpanzer is very, very wealthy, or healthy, should I say, and he manages to get a very lucky bounce there from the Yo. And the only way he can manage to, I mean, if he's going to get a high roll, or he goes for the HE, and that is exactly what he does. But even at this point, he needs a bounce from the Object 268. It is the WZ versus the Object 268, and he does manage to get a bounce, and he does manage to clear him. So still on 400 hit points, it's now just him versus the Jagdpanzer E100. 6,700 damage. He's blocked 2,100 damage, but he still needs to be very careful. Now, there's still over 2 minutes left on the clock, and that there was a very, very nice shot. Now, it's a nice shot, a nice roll, because now that leaves the Jagdpanzer on 589. He has a high roll ready to go as well. So he should be able to do it, and what a shot that was. That was a brilliant shot, I'm not gonna lie. And he manages to do the impossible, finishing on over 8,800 damage, 2,100 damage blocked as well, 5 kills, damage 7, and that was like, that just showcases how good this tank can actually be. And I know a lot of it is the player. He done a very, very good job, but you know, don't take anything away from the tank, because the tank is brilliant. You know, gets the bounces, gets the damage, gets the kills, and overall that replay showcases how good this tank can be. So let me know in the comments below, are you a WZ113G FT lover, or are you a hater? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.